Tali Jay Mona Pusuli. Hello. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Jay.
How's your morning?
It sounds
How is
good.
your morning? Yes. Okay, got Coco, Elvin, Talia, Sule. Oh, don't know ạ. Cái này thì don't know. Sao vậy tụi? No, did you submit the homework?
Not yet, Jay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, submit it today.
Yeah, I will submit by this night, Jay.
Okay.
Within today, Jay.
Let's go to the lesson. The lesson itu ayat it's on page number 64. So 64 is already finished, I guess. Use of English teacher, okay. While we are waiting to read this one, to read this one. Use of English past perfect continuous tense. Previously, we have learned about present perfect continuous tense in book 8, right? Now, in book 9, you're gonna have to learn about the past perfect continuous. Read this one. I will explain you later while we are waiting for your friends.
Jay, sorry, can you tell me the instruction again, please?
Yes, it's on page number 64. Please read the use of English with the past perfect continuous tense.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Do you guys remember the present perfect continuous tense usage? Where can we use present perfect continuous tense?
In a situation which is happening right now and which will happen next.
Okay. Which will happen, or which is happening right now and which will happen in the future. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Then any different idea? Select. What's your idea?
Yes, yeah. As Linton says, like the action that has been like that happening from the past, like also in the present, like continuously, like that.
Yes. Yes. So present perfect continuous is showing the action or the situation that is happened in the past to like happening in the present time. continuously. That is the word continuously. Teacher was a type no? I have been learning English for 3 years. That's what English are Lila Nida. Don't she be the I don't know. That's what she teacher Bojana whole take care and you lila kera. A cootie sell alone the almost with the bono. Limbio Dolomio. Anagati Bama Basra to a building to make Kulashi chini to a beautiful Kulashima, lonely action, time a day Maria be chickere, that I 1 is with also very much of present perfect continuous test the phone, you know. That's when you did a cover, present open past stone. Past perfect continuous hands Gajaro, Cherua, Benyama Donarele, Upatileto. Where can we use this one? Okay, you will see. Okay, so before we go the usage, can you tell me the pattern of past perfect continuous tense? How come? What is the I guess it's not pattern, but form of past perfect continuous tense.
Some participle.
Past participle.
Yes.
Past participle. Past participle is literally verb 3. So past participle verb 3 alone machine. Past perfect continuous tense here. Verb form ga bale so yin had been working. Right no? Present perfect continuous tense verb form ba phit khe da. Has ye have ye. Right no? Been working ba verb form ti po no. Verb form phit khe da le. Past ဆိုတော့ chair ကအရှိရောက်ဆိုတာ had ဖြစ်သွားမယ်အဲ့ဒါပဲပေါ့နော်အဲ့တော့သူ့ရဲ့ verb form ကိုပြောပါဆိုရင် had been verb form ရဲ့ကြီးပေါ့ Okay so chair ဘယ်နေရာမှာသုံးတယ်လို့ပြောလဲ use the past perfect continuous tense to talk about actions or situation that had continued up to a time in the past. Here, I just would like to ask you guys about, tell you guys about up to, okay? Which is up to down discount device only up to 40% discount. Hold on. Up to where they get. 1 ပေါ့နော်ဒါမှမဟုတ်0ပေါ့ starting point တစ်ခုရှိမယ်အဲ့ရနေပြီးတော့ 20% discount ဒီအများဆုံးလို့ပြောတာနော်အဲ့တော့တောက်လျှောက်အရှိရနေပြီးတော့အနောက်တောက်လျှောက်ပေါ့ဒီမှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်လည်းဒီလိုပဲ continue up to a time in the past အဲ့တော့ past မှာတော့ကဖြစ်ခဲ့တာကွာဒါပေမဲ့ past မှာဖြစ်ခဲ့တဲ့အကြောင်းအရာကိုဒီချက်တို့ကဘယ်လိုပြောမလဲဖြစ်ခဲ့တဲ့အကြောင်းအရာဆိုတာတဲ့ချက်တို့ past မှာဇက်တိုက်ဖြစ်နေတဲ့အကြောင်းအရာပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဒါမျိုးဒီချက်တို့ပြောချင်တဲ့အခါမှာဒီ past perfect continuous tense ကိုသုံးတယ်ဒီချက်သမီးတို့သားတို့ရဲ့နားလည်လောက်မဲ့ examination ပြဘယ်လိုလဲဆိုတော့ဥပမာဆို I had learned I had been learning is that grade 8 grade 8 လားဒါတို့ကgrade 8 နော်this time last 2 years ဒီချိန်အရင်လွန်ခဲ့တဲ့2 year တော့ဆိုရင်ဒီအချိန်မှာငါကဘာလုပ်နေရလဲဆို grade 8ကိုဟို grade 8တက်နေတာပေါ့ကွာဆက်ပြောချင်တာနော်အဲ့လိုပုံစံမျိုးဒီမှာကျတော့ learning ဆိုတဲ့ဟိုတုံးလိုက်ကောင်ဒီရဒီattending grade I've been attending grade 8 at this time last 2 years နောက်ခဲ့တဲ့နှစ်တုန်းက grade 8တက်နေတာ ဒါဆိုရင်တို့ကအဲ့မှာတော့ကဖြစ်နေခဲ့တဲ့ action ဒါမှမဟုတ် situation ကိုပြောတာเนาะအဲ့တော့အဲ့ရှိတစ်ပိုင်းလုံးမှာဖြစ်လာခဲ့တဲ့အရာပေါ့ကွာအဲ့ဒါမျိုးသူကပြောချင်တဲ့နေရာမှာဆိုရှင်တို့ past perfect continuous tense ကိုသုံးတယ်เนาะဒီမှာဆိုရင်အဓိကတို့ဘယ်နေရာမှာသုံးလဲဆိုကိုယ့်ရဲ့အကြောင်းအရာကိုပြောတာတက်စားလို့ရှိရင် story တွေ article တွေပေါ့နော် article ထက်တောင်မှပဲ story ပေါ့နော် story တွေပြောရတဲ့ခါကျရင်ဒီ history article တွေပေါ့အဲ့လိုဟာမျိုးတွေမှာဆိုရှင်ဒီတို့ကဒီ past perfect continuous tense ကိုတစ်ခါတလေသုံးလိုက်မယ်အဲ့လိုတွေ့ရလိမ့်မယ်နော်ဟုတ်ပဲရပါတယ်ညစော how are you hello there hello ညစော can you hear me
Yes, I can hear you.
yes what did you say yesterday what did you say yesterday to me you want to take as the homework now you actively took as this one as the homework and I also in order to check up again I also gave the instruction to you on your personal chat too
Yes, yeah, true.
yes why you didn't submit the homework
Yes.
yes
Yes.
yeah give me the reason
Because I forget, yeah. I have like Alzheimer's, yeah, stage 2 Alzheimer.
yes okay so you forget to check the Bible
Yes, yeah, I rarely use the vibrator. So it's not like a habit to check Viber.
Okay, how can I do it for you?
No, it's fine, sir. This time I'll remember it properly.
Okay. If not, you won't be able to. Did you love me? Did you know? Did you feel no, did you love you? To when we are over. Okay. Let's see the example. Up to then, people have been working in their homes, spinning cotton hand. So this is showing the action. This is the action about that has continued up to a time in the past. So they are talking about a time in the past, and they would like to talk about the action that is continuously happening. Up to then, people had been working in their homes spinning cotton by hand. People had been working in their homes through a spinning cotton hand. Cotton cotton spinning cotton by hand spinning cotton spinning cotton. Do you know what is the meaning of spinning cotton in Burmese?
I think ချင်းမြင်ရက်တာ
ချီမြင်ရက်တာဟုတ်တယ်အဲ့ဒါတချို့ဒီညမှာဆိုဘိုင်းငင်တာကိုပြောတာပေါ့နော်တလုံးနဲ့ပြောမှဆိုဘိုင်းငင်တာနော်အဲ့လက်နဲ့ရက်တာတချို့တော့လက်နဲ့ချီကိုဒီလိုမျိုးလှည့်ပြီးတော့ချီထုတ်တာကိုတချို့ကဘိုင်းငင်တယ်လို့ခေါ်တာကို spinning corded by hand in Burmese ဘိုင်းငင်သည် and okay so Arkwright had been using water power in his mills before he began to use a steam engine. Okay, the steam engine ကိုမသုံးခင်မှာတဲ့သူကဘာဖြစ်လဲဆိုတော့ water power ကိုသုံးခဲ့တယ်ဒါဆိုတချို့ကဒီကိစ္စမတိုင်ခင်မှာသူစက်တိုက်သုံးလာတဲ့အရာက water power ဖြစ်တယ်အဲ့ဥစ္စာလေးကိုသိပါနော် You can use the past perfect continuous tense to describe the cause of the action or situation. အော်တခါလေကြောက်ရှင်ကျတော့နောက်တစ်ခုဘာသုံးလို့ရလဲဆိုရင်လည်းခုနကရေးမှတ်တယ်မှာတခုကြံခဲ့တယ်နော်အဲ့ဒါလေးထပ်ထည့်ပေးပါဦး The cause of an action or situation အဖြစ်အပျက်အဲ့တော့ဒါမှမဟုတ်အခြေအနေတစ်ခုအဖြစ်အပျက်တစ်ခုကိုဆိုရင်ဒီချေတို့ကသုံးလို့ရတယ်ဘယ်လိုသုံးလဲ He'd been working in the factory all day so he was tired and hungry သူတနေ့လုံး factory မှာအလုပ်လုပ်နေတဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်သူကမောပန်းပြီးတော့ဆလောင်နေရတယ်ဒါဆိုတီချာတို့ဒီနေရာမှာဆိုရင်ဒီသူအိမ်မပြန်လာခင်အချိန်တွေတခုကိုသူပြောထားတာပေါ့နော်အဲ့လိုနေရာမျိုးမှာလည်းတို့ past မှာဖြစ်ခဲ့တဲ့အိမ်မပြန်လာခင်အခြေအနေတခုဆို action တခုပေါ့နော်ဒါမှမဟုတ် situation ပေါ့ဒီနေရာမှာ situation တခုကိုသူပြောထားတယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တီချာတို့ဘာကိုသုံးလို့ရလဲဆိုတော့ past perfect continuous tense ကိုသုံးလို့ရတယ်ဒါဆိုကျတို့ပြောလို့ရတာဒီဟာလေးပြောကြည့်အောင်အဲ့ဆိုမှတခုထပ်လုပ်ပြit had been raining all day got back raining alright got back from work အဲ့တော့အလုပ်ကနေပြန်မလာခင်အချိန်ထိကပြန်မလာသေးအခုချိန်မှာတော့ကျွန်တော်ကပြန်လာပြီးတော့ရောက်နေပြီးတော့တော်တော်ကြာသွားတဲ့အချိန်ပေါ့နော်ဒါဆိုဒီမှာ past မှာတော့ဖြစ်ခဲ့တဲ့အကြောင်းအရာဟာမိုးတွေကအရမ်းရွာနေတယ်ဟုတ်လားဒါဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဒီချက်တော့ it was raining လို့သုံးတာထက်ဆိုင် it had been raining ဆိုဘာလေးပဲဖြစ်သွားလဲဆိုတော့တို့တနေ့ကုန်ဒီပေါ့မိုးရွာနေတာကိုပြောချင်တာဖြစ်သွားတယ်နော်အဲ့ action တခုသူအိမ်ကိုပြန်မလာခင်မိုးတွေကစက်တိုက်ရွာနေဆိုတဲ့အဓိပ္ပာယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့ချက်တော့ I was past continuous tense တဲ့သူကပို့ပြီးတော့တချို့နေရာတွေမှာအသုံးဝင်တယ်ပို့ပြီး powerful ဖြစ်တာပေါ့နော် You guys understand my explanation?
Yes, yeah, I do understand.
Okay, and let me go to next one. What book? What book here, no? What book ma lok khin ma di chero ba le lok lo ya le so. Okay, let's go to page number 65. So page number 65 li twa ya aung no. Page number 65, number 3. You fill the blanks with the past perfect continuous tense. You have to choose the appropriate verb and then the form is past perfect continuous tense form, okay? Then fill the blanks. The first one, as already given as an example, has been raining. The river was very high because it had been raining continuously for 3 weeks. guys finish? You guys finished? Fill in the blanks? Yes?
Yeah,
Okay.
almost yet, not yet.
Almost. Oh, okay, Lolo. You can't. How
And
about
we have to send it on Zoom chat, right?
no, this time we'll just only check the answers together.
Oh, I see.
You can. Have you already finished fill in the blanks in exercise 3? Sorry? Yes? Almost.
Almost, yeah.
What number are you working right now?
Almost, yeah.
Oh, number 6. Let me go. Let me go. Have you guys finished?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Others. Number 2. Yes. They belong in a small village before they moved to a city. Before they moved to the city, so they had
Living.
3. Before, yeah, before
Happy
she
spelling.
wants to work in the factory, she
At base spelling.
Spelling.
our answer correct. Are our answer correct? Okay, this time let's go to listening. We already listened once yesterday. Now we're gonna listen again in order to make the summary of this audio, okay, of this program. This one. You're gonna have to do this one. That's why we will listen one more time. Okay, we will listen one more time, and you may note down. You may note down what you hear, and then we're gonna make the summary. Okay, sabi no? Sabi ko lang
Welcome to the History Programme. Today we're talking to Professor Johnson about the children who worked in the mills at the end of the 18th and the beginning of the 19th centuries. What was life like for these children?
It was hard. Children as young as 6 years old worked in the mills. They started at 6 a.m. and finished at about 7 in the evening, so they worked between 12 and 14 hours a day.
12 to 14 hours a day? That can't have been much fun for them. And how many children worked in the mills?
A lot. In some of Richard Arkwright's mills, for example, 2/3 of the people who worked there were children.
What about health and safety?
I'm afraid that wasn't important to the mill owners. Accidents were very common. Children lost hands and arms because they had to clean the machines while the machines were running, and the air was full of dust, which meant that chest and lung diseases were common.
How much did factory workers earn?
Very little, and factory owners preferred to employ women and children because they were cheaper than men.
It must have been a very hard life.
Yes, it was, and they were constantly watched while they worked. Money was taken from their wages if they talked or left the room without permission, or if they fell asleep while they were working.
Well, thank you for that, Professor Johnson, and we look forward to hearing more in next week's programme, when you're going to tell us about how conditions got better from the 19th.
Okay. You guys want to listen one more time?
I do want to
Guys-
listen one more time.
Okay, let's listen one more time.
Track 14. Track 13.
Welcome to the History Programme. Today we're talking to Professor Johnson about the children who worked in the mills at the end of the 18th and the beginning of the 19th centuries. What was life like for these children?
It was hard. Children as young as 6 years old worked in the mills. They started at 6 a.m. and finished at about 7 in the evening, so they worked between 12 and 14 hours a day.
12 to 14 hours a day? That can't have been much fun for them. And how many children worked in the mills?
A lot. In some of Richard Arkwright's mills, for example, 2/3 of the people who worked there were children.
What about health and safety?
I'm afraid that wasn't important to the mill owners. Accidents were very common. Children lost hands and arms because they had to clean the machines while the machines were running, and the air was full of dust, which meant that chest and lung diseases were common.
How much did factory workers earn?
Very little, and factory owners preferred to employ women and children because they were cheaper than men.
It must have been a very hard life.
Yes, it was, and they were constantly watched while they worked. Money was taken from their wages if they talked or left the room without permission, or if they fell asleep while they were working.
Well, thank you for that, Professor Johnson, and we look forward to hearing more in next week's programme, when you're going to tell us about how conditions got better from the 19th.
So, you guys are all right to make the summary by using the clues you're given.
Yes, Chair. Yes, Chair.
Okay, this time you make the summary, and if you guys can take a photo, or if you guys can just only type, okay? And send it to me.
I will type that in Fiverr. Is that okay?
It's fine. Factory workers suffer. What's the cheaper?
Yeah, I just sent to Viber.
Oh yes, I see. Sorry. For those who have finished, please go to writing. Page number 66. You do the pre-reading, okay? Before we learn this one, you do this one. You read ahead, then we will do it. We will read together again. Pali lin che or the car use to pass a jump yang it hala. Hello, sorry. Dawa the two sentence the car what here presently you pass bien, no? They are not posing not a not a subject of agreement, one of your designers marshia, Kansas State, this had dilemmas with her. A day down, history of your near Peter family, a colon past with him, past snip at the daddy with him, that's the
I'll be teaching.
Okay, did you call Donla by test giant? Listening activity, listening tail line gone like. The Katale, the show subject verb agreement, subject verb agreement of Motua, verb from Lily, the chat again will be not that. Verb from a colon pass baby, no? Pass next time.
Dạ, chị tay bị giấy tờ giảm nghèo à.
Yeah, that. No more who eat it out, they walked between 12 to 14 hours a day. Now the cool baby. General that you said about it.
Rồi chị piano biển lại chị không ạ?
Dirty. Need to So the children who works on a day has to start. ပြီးသွားတဲ့သူတွေကဒီချက်ကိုနောက်က passage ဖတ်ထားပြီးပါနော် page number 66က passage တွေဖတ်ထားပြီးပါ They are constantly watching. They left alone. Okay. Nito okay no Nito.
Oh, teacher.
Namin Google is page number. In fact, we are doing the listening and then writing the summary again. But I think you skip this part and you go to page number 66. Can it or cool it? So you read those passages.
Gotcha.
Okay. Huh? Is that Chuchu? Chuchu Pura, no? Chuchu is at Siva. Two. Hello, Chu, are you there? Okay, and let's go to the best paragraph. Che, na mingo ko po biya da. Mingo mo body. Oh yeah. No, I forgot that. I forgot that. Sorry. Hello. Hello. Hello,
Yes.
did you catch the listening?
Yeah, I didn't
yeah.
catch the first part, but I catch the like the ending part like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because of my connection. Yeah.
อื
แต่
ม
แชร์အစပိုင်းမှာအဲ့ဒီအစလေးကတော့ဒါထင်တယ်လို့ရေးတယ်
โอ้ဟုတ်လား okay
But share I'm rewriting in the Zoom chat share.
are you
Yes, share. Like I was eagerly writing on the book, but I realized that my mom was busy with her phone, so I'm rewriting with the Zoom chat on the
oh
Zoom.
yeah then it's fine Those you just send it to me when it is available, okay?
Yes, yeah.
And let's go to the passage reading. Can it or cool it? This is, a fancy title because can is also can be an auxiliary verb, right? Here, this is what is the meaning of can here? How do you know? Di mana di-share? Okay. So ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီမှာခံရ cool ရ So what is the meaning of can here? ဒီနေရာမှာရှိတဲ့ can ကဘာအိဗယ်လဲ။ဘာအိဗယ်လဲ
The cylindrical box like that made with metal.
Okay. It's a cylindrical box, yes. And then that maintain or that hold the meat and that preserve the meat and vegetables for a long time fresh. Okay. Is here can be a verb or a noun here in the topic. The topic ထဲမှာဒီ can က noun လား verb လား verb လို့ထင်လား noun လို့ထင်လားဒီတစ်ခုပြောရနော်ဒါ verb လား noun လားဒီထဲက Google ဆိုတဲ့ဟာ verb နော် so is that actually Google is a verb in the dictionary?
No,
but you know when we trying to add several times like we use Google and it is become above. Okay, so people invented the above itself and we say that okay, if you don't know the information, Google it. If you don't know the meaning of the word, Google it, like that. Okay, အဲ့တော့ Google it ဆိုတာရှိတယ်ပြင်မာလေးသုံးတယ် fan ဒါပေမဲ့ဟိုက format တော့မဟုတ်ဘူးเนาะအဲ့တော့ Google မှာရှာလိုက်လို့ပြောတဲ့တိတ်အဲ့တော့ဒီနေရာမှာလဲခံနဲ့ကဘာလဲဆိုတော့ခံထဲမှာဒီအလုံးပိတ်ဘူးလေးတွေကိုထည့်ထားမလားဒါမှမဟုတ် or cool it ဒါမှမဟုတ်လို့ရှိရင်အေးခံတာမလားအေးခံတယ်ဆိုတာတချို့အေးတဲ့နေရာမှာအေးခံထားတာပေါ့နော်အေးတဲ့နေရာမှာထားမလားအဲ့လိုမျိုးပြောတာနော်အဲ့နေရာမှာကျတော့ buff လို့ပုံစံလေးကွာသူရဲ့အဓိပ္ပာယ်ဘာသာပြန်တဲ့ခါကျရင် buff လို့ပုံစံလေးဖြစ်သွားတယ်နော်တကယ်တမ်းက तू ကဒီနေရာမှာရေးထားတဲ့ခံကတော့ noun ပေါ့နော်ဘာဖြစ်လို့လဲဆို auxiliary verb တာဖြစ်ခဲ့မယ်ဆိုရင်သူ့နောက်မှာဘာပါမလဲ auxiliary verb ဖြစ်ခဲ့မယ်ဆိုသူ့နောက်မှာ main verb ပါမှာပေါ့ can you do I can do right I can read I can speak I can sing အဲ့လိုပုံစံဖြစ်မယ်နော် Let's read one line by one line. Okay, တန်လေးကိုကြားချင်ဖြုတ်ဖတ်ပြပါအောင်ပြရအောင်တစ်ချောင်းလောက် I would like to start with read the title and then read one line.
Sorry, teacher. Did you say later? I had.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Read the title and then read one line from the passage.
Yes. Can it or cool it? Food that is frozen, refrigerated, or tin, cans or drink, we take them for granted.
Okay. Select.
but before the Industrial Revolution, most people either grew their own food or had to buy it daily from markets.
Tanya.
Factory workers and people who lived in the cities didn't have time or space to grow their own food, so new ways had to be found to feed them.
Gone. Right. Gone.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Please continue the reading.
Also, an interesting history. In the early 1800s, Napoleon Bonaparte offered 12,000 francs as a prize to anyone who could find a way of preserving food for the soldiers in his army.
Okay. Okay, the next one is the chill man in the beach, at the beach. Okay, continue the reading.
Nicolas bought a chef in Paris won the prize when he showed that food could be kept in glass bottles that had been sealed and then boiled in water.
Lynn. Lynn, proceed the reading. Yeah, why language? Alvin. Okay.
Then in London,
Oh, yeah.
yes. Then in London in 1810, Peter Durant made a cylindrical tin can which could be used to preserve food using the same method as Nicholas Appert.
Yes, thank you. Hello. No?
Yes, yes, the cans were lighter, unbreakable, and easier to seal and transport. Yeah, one sentence or two.
Yeah, proceed. Yeah, one sentence.
Okay. That's very short.
Yes, that's why. Read one more sentence.
Okay, Jack. The cans were expensive because they were made by hand and they were difficult to open.
All right. Enzo.
Yes, yeah.
Where are we?
However, by the end of the 19th century, production of airtight cans became mechanized. Should I continue?
Yes, please.
Tin food was in great demand to feed the growing urban populations. Yeah.
Yes. 다음에 그거.
People have been using ice cream preserve food for centuries. But it was in 1882 that the first refrigerator ship, the teenage gene,
Yes.
revolution, the transportation of food.
2. Steam power. 对啦，对，နောက်ဆုံး passage မှာသူအခုမှဝင်လာလို့ချက်ပြောပြ Here. Continue your reading from here. A steam powered machine. One line.
Steam powered machine chilled the area while the food was stored, keeping it below freezing, which enabled the ship to successfully deliver a cargo of meat and butter from New Zealand to England.
Okay. You can. The ship set.
The ship sailed on 15th February 1882 and the how did I say?
Yeah, the voyage.
Voyage took 98 days.
Okay. A few days after its arrival, a few days after its arrival in London, the Times commented, "Today we have to record such a triumph over physical difficulties as would have been incredible, even unimaginable, a very few years ago." Okay, I will read one more time the first passage and you guys trying to explain me the passage meaning. Food that is frozen, refrigerated, or tin cans of drink, we take them for granted, okay? Whatever it is, we take them for granted. But before the Industrial Revolution, most people either grew their own food or had to buy it daily from the markets. Factory workers and people who live in city didn't have time or space to grow their food, and so new ways had to be found to feed them. So this is the introductory paragraph, right? So they talk about people. Okay, anyone would like to explain me from this passage English to English? Or should I call by name? Yeah, I think my name is better. Sule.
Yes, yeah, I'm still thinking, but I will say it like I think the comparison of the people from city or village like that.
Okay, so said that yes, they compare to the city and the village. What is the city style? Why they cannot? They try to make the food to stay longer.
So like they need they have to like have the food like they are frozen or refrigerated or tinned like that. They have to like eat that kind of foods.
Yes, because
like there is nowhere to like grow the foods near them.
yes. Okay. Next, tin food has an interesting history. In the early 1800s, Napoleon Bonaparte offered 12,000 francs as a prize to anyone who would find a way to preserving food for the soldiers in his army. Nicolas Appert, a chef in Paris, won the prize when he showed the food could be kept in the glass bottle that had been sealed and then boiled in water. Okay, Yenzo, are you okay to explain this passage to me? What does it mean?
The whole passage.
Yes, the whole passage. The second passage.
Oh, okay, so there was like about like the start of canned food, like a French guy showed them how to put stuff in the cans, yeah. And like you could preserve it and like eat it much later in the future, yeah. So it's like a very good way to store food without getting it spoiled, yeah.
Yes. Why did Napoleon Bonaparte offer to preserve the offer 12,000 francs?
Because yeah, it was like in the 1800s that they were like those are wars between the countries. So like to support the soldiers, we need food, but the food can get easily spoiled. So we use canned food. So like anyone who can like bring up with the you know the preserving food way, he will give him like those are cash rewards. Yeah.
Yes, he gave the cash reward. Yes. So France is the currency, right? That's the name of the currency that he offered.
Yes,
great. So who is Napoleon Bonaparte? Do you know?
it's Napoleon. It's like a great conqueror or something. He's like really famous, like Genghis Khan.
Yes, very famous one from France. Okay, thank you very much for your explanation. Let's go to next one. Then in London in 1810, Peter Durand made a cylindrical tin can, which could be used to preserve food, using the same method as Nicolas Appert. Cans were lighter and breakable and easier to seal and transport. The cans were expensive because they were made by hand. They were difficult to open. However, by the end of the 19th century, production of airtight cans became mechanized. Tin food was a great demand to feed the growing oven populations. Okay, Agam.
In 1810, Peter Durand made a tin to preserve food. He used the same method as Nicolas Appert to seal the food in and boil it. The cans were lighter and unbreakable, but they were more expensive because they were difficult to open and make by hand. At the end of the 19th century, airtight cans became more mechanized, and tin food became really popular to feed the urban population.
Okay. What is the meaning of mechanized? Do you know? So firstly, the tin can are made with the hand, right? Hands. So and later on they change into mechanized. What would be the meaning?
So they were like combine the ways of like making tin cans with machines, yeah. Like we used hands before, but like we now use machines to make tin cans, yeah. So like you can say it's mechanized.
Yes.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Yes, they make with machine. Yes. Okay. Let's go to the last part. Who would be the lucky one? People had been using the eyes to preserve food, you know. People had been using ice to preserve food for centuries, but it wasn't until 1882 that the first refrigerated ship, the Dunedin, revolutionized the transportation of food. A steam power machine chilled the area where the food was stored, keeping it below freezing, which enabled the ship to successfully deliver a cargo of meat and butter from New Zealand to England. The ship set sail in 15 after its arrival in London. The Times commented, "Today we have to record such a triumph over physical difficulties as would have been incredible, even unimaginable a very few years ago." Okay, gonna relate it here. Lolo, are you okay to explain about that to me? As you understand the passage. You just understand a few points from this passage is fine. Just explain it to me. Or you want to listen the explanation? Oh, ဟုတ်တယ်ဒီချက်မကြားရဘူးဒါလုံးဝမကြား Okay, then okay, I think this is just because of the internet connection. You guys, ချက်ရောကြားရသေးလားယင်ဒီချက်စီမှာလည်း internet ကတကယ်တော့ပြတ်နေတော့လေချက်ကြားလားချက်ပြကြား
Yes, yes, very well.
Oh, okay. Then Lin,ဟိုအတန်မကြားရဘူးဖြစ်နေတယ်လုံးဝ Lin, are you okay to explain the last passage?
Yeah, but I'm a little bit lacking. I think it's gonna fine.
Okay, then just only explain as you understand. Just only 1 point or 2 point is fine. So this is not about the canned food, right? This is about the refrigerated ship. Can you explain a little how do you understand about this? Yeah, I don't hear you. What was the
Yeah, honestly, I don't understand the passage.
Oh, okay. Then anyone want to volunteer? Not at all. Okay, then let's go. People had been using the ice to preserve food for centuries. So the people, they use ice to preserve the food and meat, but it wasn't until 1882, that was the first refrigerator ship. So they use ice, but they don't know how to preserve for a long time with ice. So in 1882, there was the first refrigerated ship, and that started to they changed the transportation system of the food. And the steam power machine chilled the area where the food was stored. So firstly, as we don't have electricity, and the power will get gained from the steam. Okay, steam powered. You already know what is steam power, right? So you already read the short passage yesterday. So the steam power was very useful. Firstly, in pumping the what is that? Getting the water out of the mines, right? And secondly, the steam power is used in the spinning machine, and this is the next one. Okay, the steam power is used to make the refrigerated ship. So they got the power from the steam power machine, and then they cool the food. Okay, they cool the food. They maintain the food with below the freezing point. Okay, and then they what they deliver the cargo of meat and butter from the New Zealand to England. So so it means the cargo means the ship, or is the goods that carried by ships or planes we call cargo. So they transport the butter and meat from the New Zealand to England, and the ship have to sail about 98 days, but they can preserve the food. Okay, they can preserve the food. The times recommended. The times here mean a magazine. Today, we have to record such a triumph over physical difficulty. Triumph is a kind of a success, okay? So they called the successfully record the victory, okay? Victory of preserving the food, okay, for a long time. Okay, that is the last passage means. You guys are all right with the explanation? Guys are all right? Okay. Let's go to page number 67. Find a word in the text which means 1. Close so that find the word in the passage which means close so that nothing can get in or out.
Sealed.
Sealed. Heated until bubbles and steam are produced.
Boiled.
Yes, boiled. 2 word are not boiled. Number 2 are boiled. Passage ကဒီချက်ဖတ်ဖို့အချိန်မပေးတော့ဘူးဆိုတော့ခုနကတော့ဖတ်ထားပြီးသားတွေမို့လို့နော် 1 က seal, 2 က boiled. Okay. 3 closed so that the air cannot get out in or out.
Airtight.
Airtight. 4 done by machines. အဲ့ဒါတော့ Elvin လားမသိဘူး Elvin လားမသိဘူးဒီဖတ်သွားသေးတယ်
Not
machine နေနဲ့ဘာဖြစ်လဲဒါ
not me.
Not you? I don't remember the names. Okay, you guys know? Done by machines.
Recognized.
Yes. Recognized. acid နော်သူကဒါက SED နဲ့ဖြစ်မယ်နော် ZED နဲ့ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဒါတော့ US ကသုံးတာ ZED ဒီချေတို့ကတော့ SED ပဲသုံးမှာနော် made cold အေးအောင်လုပ်တာ
refrigerated
refrigerated လည်းပြောလို့ရတယ်နောက်တစ်မျိုးပြောလို့ရသေးတယ်နှစ်ခုရှိ
Tin.
ဟုတ်တယ်
Tint. TINNED.
Yeah, and then ED 10. Really?
Yeah, how about frozen?
Tin ကလေဒါ tin ကကြတော့ဘာကိုပြောရလဲ tin food was ဒီက tin ကကြတော့လေဒီလိုဘာကိုပြောရလဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဟိုအစာဘယ်လိုပြောလဲအဲ့ဒါဘယ်လိုခေါ်တာအဲ့ဒါဘယ်လိုခေါ်လဲစီတုတ်ဘူးလေစီတုတ်ထားတော့ဆိုတဲ့စီတုတ်ဘူးပြောချင်တာနော်စီတုတ်ထားတော့ဆိုတဲ့အဲ့မှာ freeze ဖြစ်မှာ freezing နော် 6 အငန်းစောအတန်နေပြောက် the goods carried by ship အဲ့လုံးလဲစောနာလား
Cargo.
Okay, ဒါဆိုရင်ဒီချက်တို့ use of English လေးနဲ့ရှင်းလိုက်မယ်နော်မေးလားမေးရမယ်မမီတော့လည်း9မိနစ်လောက်ယူလိုက်တာပေါ့ရရမလားပြုံးနေတယ်တိတ်မရကြဘူးထင်တယ်ကလေးလေးအဲ့တော့ချက်မယူပါဘူးဒီမှာဒီဥစ္စာပြအောင်ရှင်းဒီဥစ္စာလေးပဲနည်းနည်းပြောပါ relative pronouns တွေကတားတို့မျိုးတည်တာလေနော်ဒီထဲမှာပါ relative pronouns ကိုကြည့်ကြည့်ပါအောင်ဒါကဒီသူ example ကိုကြည့်လိုက်တယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဒီ relative pronouns ကကျတို့defining ဖြစ်မလား non defining ဖြစ်မလားdefining ဖြစ်မလား non defining ဖြစ်မလားကောမပါလား who တွေ that တွေနဲ့ဆက်ထားတဲ့နေရာမှာကောမပါလား
no commas
She has a
no commas
yes non-defined
defining မဟုတ်လား
yes by that
teacher တို့တော့ define နဲ့ non define ကိုမကွဲရတာ teacher တို့ဒီဆောင်းမပြေခဲ့လေဆောင်းမပြေတော့ချက်မေးတာ relative clause with defining clause နဲ့ဆက်ခိုင်းတာမလားအဲ့မှာတော့ကောမမပါရဘူးလေတော်တော်များများကောမကြီးထည့်လာရလေ
yeah that's it my worst mistake
learn from the lesson နော် Emily ဟုတ်တယ် yeah your worst mistake and also almost is you are not the only one ဒါတော့လည်းမဟုတ်ဘူးအများကြီးသိရမလားဟုတ်ကောအဲ့ဆိုရင်ကျတော့ use of English ကဒီနေရာမှာကတချို့အရင်တော့သိခဲ့ use of English ကကြတော့ဘာနဲ့ပဲဆက်လဲဆိုရင် which ရယ် that ရယ်နဲ့ပဲဆက်တာပေါ့နော် where ပါလားမသိဘူးအိမ်မှာတော့ထည့်ထားမိလားမသိအဲ့တော့ where တော့မပါဘူးထင်တာပဲအဲ့ဒီမှာဆိုရှင်တော့ကျတော့ place that ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်နော် where ပါလာမယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့မှတကယ် relative pronouns တွေအများကြီးပဲ WH တွေကောင်တော့ relative pronouns တွေဖြစ်နိုင်တယ် where လဲရမယ် one လဲရမယ်ဟော one ကတော့ကျအချိန်ဆိုတော့ relative pronouns ဆိုမဖြစ်လာဘူးပြီးတော့ဘာရအောင်လဲဆို what ရ what နေပါနော်ဒါပေမဲ့ဒီနေရာမှာတော့ကျတော့ who ရယ် that ရယ် which ရယ် where ရယ်ပြော that နဲ့ which ကအတူတူပဲဘယ်ဟာရေးရေးအတူတူပဲ where ကတော့နေရာတော့ပေါ့နော်ဒီမှာဆိုရင်အဲ့တော့ exercise ကြည့်ကြအောင်နော်အဲ့တော့ remember to use who for people which or that for things and where for places the factory workers and people who lived in city didn't have time or space to grow their own food. Food could be kept in glass bottles that have been sealed and then boiled. Peter Durand made a cylindrical tin which could be used to preserve food. A steam-powered machine chilled the area where the food was stored. Already, that နဲ့ဆက်ထားတယ်။ဘာဖြစ်လို့လဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင် food ကိုပြောတာမလို့ which နဲ့ဆက်ထားတယ်။ဘာလို့လဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင်cylindrical Oh, sorry, they are food program for her. You do not gonna glass bottle super, no? See? Steam power, machine chill area ကိုပြောချင်တာအဲ့ဒါဆိုပွဲဟုတ်လားဆိုတော့ဒီချက်ကိုကြည့်ပြပါဦး6လေးကြည့်ပြပါဦးဒီဥစ္စာကိုဒီဥစ္စာနားလေလားဒီချက်အများကြီးမရှင်းပြတော့ဆို relative pronouns ကရှင်းပြပြီးသားเนาะအဲ့လိုဆိုဒါအများကြီးမလို့တော့လို့ချက်မရှင်းပြတော့เนาะအဲ့မှာတော့ဒီချက်တို့ကဟိုပါလေအရင်တော့ချက်တို့က sentence နှစ်ခုပေးပြီးတော့ဟိုဗာလဲဆက်ခိုင်းတာပေါ့เนาะဒီနေရာမှာဆိုချက်တော့ sentence နှစ်ခုမဟုတ်တော့ကွက်ကိုရေးရမှာပေါ့เนาะကွက်ကိုရေးတဲ့အခါမှာချက်ထည့်ပြီးရေးထားအောင်လို့ relative pronouns ကဒီနေရာမှာအလွတ်ရေးရမယ်ဟာဖြစ်သွားတာပေါ့เนาะအဲ့တော့ဒီမှာဆိုရင် write definitions following using a relative pronoun in each one is obviously your homework okay a refrigerator ချက်ဒီ homework မစစ်ပေးသေးဘူးဆိုရင်ချက်ကိုသတိပေးเนาะချက်ဟိုတနေ့တော့ summary ဥစ္စာတွေနဲ့ဟိုဟာတွေကိုချက်ပြစစ်ပေးလိုက်တယ်เนาะမစစ်ရသေးဆိုချက်ကိုသတိပေးเนาะ a refrigerator is a machine that keeps food cool farm ဆိုရင် farm is a place where crops are grown and animals are kept ဒါဆိုဒီချက်တို့3 to 8ကိုဖြည့်ခဲ့ပေးပါအကုန်လုံးဖြည့်ခဲ့ပေးပါเนาะဖြည့်ပြီးတော့ဒီချက်ကိုပို့ပေးပါ chef ဆိုဘယ်လိုလုပ်လဲအမ a person ပြောလို့ရတယ်เนาะ a person ဆိုဘယ်သူဘာနဲ့ဆက်မလဲ who ရဲ့ that ရဲ့ which ရဲ့ဒီမှာဘာနဲ့ဆက်မလဲ where နဲ့ who နဲ့ဆက်မှာပေါ့เนาะဟုတ်ပြီ tin can ရှိမယ် soldier အဲ့တော့အဲ့ဒီစာလေးဖြည့်ခဲ့ပေးပါဒီထဲမှာမသိတဲ့စကားလုံးမပါလာဘူးလို့ဒီချက်ချင်းတယ်เนาะအရှိမရေးပြီးသားဟာတွေပဲဆိုတော့အဲ့တော့ဒီချက်ကို relative pronoun သုံးပြီးတော့ဒါလေးတွေ definition ဖွဲ့ခဲ့ပေးပါ Okay, that is your homework. That's all about today. Thank you very much for learning the lesson together with me. See you on Friday again. Any questions before I leave?
No, Chair.
No questions, Chair.
Okay, then bye-bye.
Bye, Chair.
Thank you.
Yes, have a nice day. Bye-bye.